Good evening, Nigeria, and we are diving straight into what has become one of the most talked about security developments in our country right now. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has just released a list containing 31 names of individuals who have been officially classified under Nigeria's new security doctrine, and this has sent shockwaves across the entire nation because of the implications it carries for national security and the ongoing fight against terrorism and banditry. Now, what makes this particular announcement even more explosive is the fact that many Nigerians are now questioning whether controversial Islamic cleric Sheikh Gumi is on that same list, given his history of interactions with bandits and his public statements that have often sparked heated debates about whether he is helping or enabling criminal elements in the country. This is not just another security briefing that will come and go. This is a defining moment that could reshape how Nigeria tackles the insurgency problem that has plagued us for over a decade. Let me break down what we know so far about this new security doctrine and why it matters so much to every single Nigerian watching this video right now. The Tinubu administration has been under immense pressure to show concrete results in the fight against terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and all forms of violent extremism that have made life unbearable for millions of citizens who can no longer farm their lands, travel safely on highways, or even sleep peacefully in their own homes. According to multiple reports that have emerged in recent weeks, the presidency has been working behind the scenes with security agencies, including the Department of State Services, the Nigerian military, and intelligence units to compile a comprehensive list of individuals and groups who pose direct threats to national security through their actions, funding, or ideological support of terrorist activities. This list of 31 names represents what the government describes as high-value targets who have been under surveillance and investigation, and their inclusion on this official designation means they will now face severe consequences, including asset freezes, travel bans, and potential prosecution under anti-terrorism laws that carry very serious penalties. Now, what has really gotten people talking on social media and in private conversations is the question of Sheikh Gumi and whether his name appears on this list or whether it should appear on such a list given everything we have witnessed over the past few years. For those who may not be fully familiar with the background, Sheikh Gumi is a prominent Islamic scholar based in Kaduna who has become one of the most polarizing figures in Nigerian public discourse because of his repeated visits to bandit camps in forests across the northwest, where he has held what he calls dialogue sessions with armed groups responsible for mass kidnappings, village raids, and countless deaths. The Sheikh has consistently argued that these bandits are misunderstood victims of government neglect and ethnic profiling, and he has called for amnesty programs similar to what was done for Niger Delta militants. But critics, including security experts, government officials, and ordinary citizens, have accused him of legitimizing criminality, providing cover for terrorists, and even potentially serving as a conduit for negotiations that end up enriching kidnappers through ransom payments. The frustration with Sheikh Gumi reached boiling point on multiple occasions, especially when he made statements that seemed to defend bandits or when he criticized military operations against criminal elements while remaining largely silent about the victims whose lives have been destroyed by these same criminals. The new security doctrine that President Tinubu has unveiled is being described by analysts as the most comprehensive framework Nigeria has adopted in years for identifying, tracking, and neutralizing threats to national security. And it goes beyond just military action to include financial intelligence, community engagement, technology deployment, and international cooperation with neighboring countries and global partners who have been supporting Nigeria's counter-terrorism efforts. What makes this doctrine particularly significant is that it broadens the definition of who can be considered complicit in terrorism beyond just those carrying weapons to include financiers, propagandists, enablers, and anyone whose actions or statements provide material or moral support to designated terrorist organizations. This expanded definition is exactly why many Nigerians believe Sheikh Gumi's activities fall squarely within the scope of what should be investigated and potentially prosecuted. Because even if he is not personally carrying out attacks, his public defense of bandits and his facilitation of access to these criminal groups could be argued to constitute a form of enabling that prolongs the crisis and emboldens criminals who see his interventions as proof that they have sympathizers in positions of influence. If you are finding this breakdown helpful and you want to stay updated on breaking news like this that affects every Nigerian, please take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates like this one. Because we are committed to bringing you the truth and keeping you informed about developments that matter to your safety and your future. The 31 names that have been released include a mix of individuals from different backgrounds and regions, and while the full list has not been made publicly available in all media outlets due to security concerns, sources close to the presidency have indicated that it includes known Boko Haram commanders, bandit kingpins from Zamfara, Kaduna, Niger, and Katsina states, suspected financiers with business connections both within Nigeria and in neighboring countries, and individuals who have used religious or ethnic rhetoric to incite violence or recruit fighters for extremist causes. This expanded definition is exactly why many Nigerians believe Sheikh Gumi's activities fall squarely within the scope of what should be investigated and potentially prosecuted, because even if he is not personally carrying out attacks, his public defense of bandits and his facilitation of access to these criminal groups could be argued to constitute a form of enabling that prolongs the crisis and emboldens criminals who see his interventions as proof that they have sympathizers in positions of influence.